I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So the Minnesota Vikings release Myles Gaskin. Understandable. You pretty much saw that coming. But the move I don't like, the news I heard, the scandalous Chicago Bears once again in the Vikings business, but the Vikings allow it with their questionable moves. But the Bears signed JoeJuan from the practice squad. Now, Myles Gaskin, you understand, right? Running back, they just signed Cam Akers. Pretty much no room for him, right? So that opens up a roster spot as well. But Myles Gaskin, you weren't expecting a lot. Filling a roster spot. Good for depth at the running back position, but he got no tick, no play, right? Another running back, it is what it is. Now they got Cam Akers, Alexander Mattison, T.Y. Chandler. With that being said, I hope Cam Akers is a starter. If not, I don't see why. I won't understand it. Respect to Alexander Mattison, but he hasn't performed well. He's turned the ball over, put the ball on the ground, and you can't have that. And what did Kevin O'Connell say? You want to continue to fumble, keep putting the ball on the ground, you will be replaced. I feel like T.Y. Chandler should have been in the game. Maybe even should have been a starter. Every time he gets the ball, he does something with it. Now, does he need to work on, run blocking, pass blocking? Of course. He can improve in that aspect. But at the end of the day, running the ball being in his hands, showing explosiveness, elusiveness, shiftiness, something Alexander Mattison hasn't done. He needs the ball more. Now you got Cam Akers. Probably the best running back out the three. You look what he did, with the Rams, how he runs, what he brings to the table as a running back, his shiftiness, his ability to come out the backfield. He runs hard, strong runner, right? Has wiggle to his game. He can create his own holes at times. Just an overall better running back than Alexander Mattison. Now we will see what happens. He didn't play last week. Now this week, you talk about favoritism, loyalty to a player. We will see where Kevin O'Connell really stands about the best players being on the field. If guys can't get the job done, someone else will. We'll see if Kevin O'Connell is just talking once again, or is it really about the best man being out there? Right? Period, bottom line. We're going to see if Kevin O'Connell is just yapping and capping, or he stands on what he says. Because at the end of the day, the best man needs to be on the field. And right now, it's looking like a rotation, heavy rotation, should be between Cam Akers and T.Y. Chandler. Majority of Cam Akers getting the carries. Now, of course, you got to see how he plays. Is he the same player he was with the Rams? But the Rams didn't release him or trade him because of lack of talent, baby. It was internal conflict. He didn't want to be there no more. He didn't want to be in the building, and the Rams didn't want him either. So the Vikings really got to steal. But we're going to see what KOC is really about if he stands on what comes out of his mouth, right? Heavy bottom line. So that's the first thing. Myles Gaskin is gone. You get it. It was coming, bound to happen. But now this is my problem. JoeJuan. I still don't know why he didn't even make the 53. Why he's not on the field. You ask me, JoeJuan performed way better. Way better than Andrew Booth. What? Are you kidding me? Andrew Booth should have been on the practice squad if anyone. Oh, but I get it. Second round pick. Too high to cut or release or put on the practice squad. Kill that noise, baby. It should be the best man on the field. Week in, week out. No debating. JoeJuan performed well in training camp, right? OTAs. At one point, he was getting reps with the first string. So obviously they saw something in him. Then you talk about the type of cornerback Brian Flores loves and his schemes. Tall, rangy, long, solid speed, physical. He'll come up and tackle if need be. So my question is, why isn't he even on the field? So he's on the practice squad after performing well in the preseason. I still don't understand, the logic, matter of fact, lack of logic in that move. Especially with the lack of depth at the cornerback position. You ask me, who's the elite corner? Not a Caleb Evans, not Byron Murphy. How they have performed, especially last week, versus them Chargers. So who's really elite? Who's that one alpha dog at corner for the Vikings, baby? No one. JoeJuan Williams performed well once again in the preseason, training camp, etc. So another move I don't understand from the Vikings. Huh? Not only that, they put him on a practice squad where other teams are allowed to take him. And what do you know? The Scandalous Bears, once again, we seen them do it last year with Amir Smith, right? Heavy. They come in, diddle-daddle around, stick their nose in the Vikings business, like always, because deep down, they really want to be the Vikings, baby. It's all right, Bears fans, Bears organization. Just say it. Say you look up to the Vikings. You admire the Vikings. It's all good. It's all right. But at the end of the day, the Vikings allow this to happen. Now the Bears acquire JoeJuan Williams, and guess what? I bet he goes to the Bears and succeeds. Heavy. You see Armand Watts, even though the Bears are trash defense, what it is. Bad leadership, the GM looking suspect. Quarterback, they're not putting him in the best position. The Bears are in shambles once again. But every player they have taken from the Vikings is performing well. And I guarantee you, put money up on it, JoeJuan Williams will go to the Bears, probably start, and do well. Sometimes another crazy move, another O'Connell move. Clearly, you are lacking talent in that cornerback room. You need as much help as you can get. Why not activate JoeJuan Williams to the 53-man roster? At least see what he can do. Put him out there. His size alone, he deserves a chance. Weak link, secondary. Been playing piss poor. Period. On the same level as the trenches. But they keep Andrew Booth when he contributes nothing. No disrespect, that's just facts. What has he brought to the table, baby? Nothing. I'm hearing a bunch of talking cap from him too. Second round pick, he's not even seeing a field. So why would you give up depth? Huh? Allow the Scandalous Bears to come in. Take away one of your players. I just don't get it. I question the logic. I question the moves, right? 2 years in, I'm questioning the moves. Now, once again, of course, you won't say fire Kwesi, fire O'Connell. You could. You understand? You could with this horrible roster. Now I understand this, 1 year in, not even a full second year. Yes, you got to sit back, wait, and judge them really in year 3. But you can judge a draft. You can judge the roster. Bad moves all over the board. Period. So it might be time for early judgment, baby. But this is a move I don't understand, man. They always let players go, and it turns out being the wrong players, man. JoeJuan Williams should have been on that field. He should be on that field. Just observing the whole training camp, whole preseason. Why is he not on the 53? Then they don't implement anything to the point where teams can't go and acquire him. Just pick him up, bam, practice squad. Come on, we want you over here. It's piss poor, man. Now, whether it's Flores or O'Connell or staff, whoever, felt the need to not sign him, put him on a 53. And I got to keep going back to it. Seeing how piss poor your cornerback room is playing. Now, they flash every now and then. But the Chargers ate. The Chargers ate heavy. Right? It's pick your poison. Teams can run on the Vikings. Teams can throw on the Vikings. They don't have one level where it's dominant, elite. They don't have guys in the cornerback room say, hey, other teams say, hey, we can't throw on them. We got to run the ball, right? They don't have boys up front where the team says, hey, we can't run on them. We got to throw that thing, right? Period, bottom line. Ain't nobody scared of the Minnesota Vikings cornerback room. They'll pass all day. They'll pass all day. Dink and dunk over the top. Dink and dunk over the top. We talk about Byron Murphy. You know, he's supposed to have a breakout season. Great signing. Has he played particularly well or average? No disrespect, but he got ate up last week. And he's another guy always pouting on the field, crying, complaining. Play ball. No level on this defense is a threat. You can pass on him, run on him. Easy work, baby. Then they want to look at Flores. Kill the noise. Kill the cat. Flores is working with what he has, what he's been given. What he inherited as a defensive coordinator, baby. No way around it. But another player lost. In my eyes, my opinion, a solid player. A player who could have contributed. Especially when you have damn near no depth in that cornerback room. So that's my take, my opinion on it. Let me know how you feel about it. Feedback is much appreciated. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes forever. Woo! Hey.